Hey, you feel that? You are now tuned into You Feel That with Bryce the Third. Yo, and welcome to the very last episode of You Feel That with Bryce the Third. Let me explain. So I know I have been gone for a couple of weeks, and it has really been a space of reflection. To be honest with you, I had hit a wall as an entrepreneur, as a creator. I was questioning why I was showing up, and then it became these I recorded a couple of episodes for this podcast, and it really became one of those things where I'm just recording episodes to record episodes. I'm just showing up for the sake of showing up, and that has been a big part of my story. When I first jumped out the gate in content creation in general, I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I didn't even know how to create key performance indicators or create desired outcomes that would allow for me to move in the direction of what it is that I desire. I just knew that I wanted to be doing something. I wanted to be speaking. I wanted to be talking to something. I wanted to be creating community, but I didn't even have those languages. So just showing up has been a big part of my life and my process. And it's been a big part of what I teach, learning to show up for what it is that we've been called to do. And I've also learned that there's periods of showing up where if we listen correctly, we can find opportunity to pivot, opportunity that makes sense in such a way that we wouldn't have been able to make sense out of it had we not shown up. And then in this season of my life, there's been the opportunity to just put the mic down for a second, to really reiterate what it is that I wanted to accomplish with this show or with this with podcasting format in general, and how best I can add value to you, the community. And so after taking some time off and really reflecting and really feeling the sting, because it hurts. It hurts when you said that, at least for me, it hurts when I've dedicated myself to something and said that I'd show up for something and then just can't. I just could not show up because it's what am I going to talk about? What am I doing? What is the purpose of it? There's a lot of effort that goes into creating this type of format of media, and without knowing what I was doing, it was just eating me alive. So I took a step back and allowed space. I allowed space where I wasn't forced to show up and create, because at this point, I didn't have future episodes planned, but I didn't have things in the hole. I was showing up on a weekly basis with these topics to talk about, and I'm doing all the editing and all type of stuff like that. And it was okay, so I took a second, I gave myself space. And when I gave myself space, that allowed for me to revisit why I am doing what I do. And in that revisiting, I've come up with some answers. I put my antenna up as to how I can be a better service, how I can be more cohesive within the branding and within the mission statement, and what even indicates that I'm successful, and how to build community. So with all that being said, without boring you with the little minute details, I knew it was important for me to come and share my process with you as we end out this season of You Feel That, and really this specific show. Moving forward, the name of the show will be Grow, Develop, Evolve. And it will be a space where we can come and talk personal growth. And this is not limited to emotional wellness. This will be personal growth in the context to whatever it means to whoever comes on the show. Personal growth looks so many different ways to so many different people. And I think it's important to get the stories of people from different walks of life and what their own personal growth journey has looked like, what tools they've used to be able to show up continuously, and what things that they've discovered and found out in the midst of that process, and to be able to share that with you all, the community of people who want to grow, develop, evolve, and unfold. And so that's the way. We're launching a whole new community. We're launching a whole new mission. We have a whole new strategy. We have a whole new way to connect with you all. And I think this is important. I think this is an important shift. And I wanted to come on here and share with you all what the plans were and give you insight into the process, because I think you need to see so many times influencers will approach teachings in a way that's like, I have the answers and this is my answer and we will all do this. And if you do this, it's guaranteed you'll have success. And what I've learned just in my own personal journey is that this is a process of unfolding. So it became very apparent to me, like, how can I help you to unfold? How can I create spaces that allow for your unfolding? How can I create frameworks that allow for you to dig into what it is that I've used to grow, develop, evolve, and unfold, as well as how can I pair you with other people who are in this process of personal growth? How can we create a show where we come and meet on a weekly basis and have these discussions around personal growth? Because that's another thing that's been super important to me too, is having spaces where I can talk freely about personal growth, where I'm not limited, where my ideas aren't quashed, where like I'm not silenced around the things that I'm excited about when it comes to my own personal growth. And so this podcast will be a space for that. And the community on Facebook will be a place that we can come and discuss and lead each other and share our own personal wins and our own personal development. And there's just so many different ways that this is the natural progression of an idea. And it can also be scary. I wanted to speak to that too, where it's like we feel like a lot of times we can feel like, oh, because this is what I set out to do, like I have to continue along this path. And sometimes the unfolding nature of evolution allows for new ideas to come in that may broaden the scope of older ideas, and we may have to put older ideas on the back burner to pursue the new ideas, which can be scary. And for those of us who like to lock in, can seem as if it's an indication of, oh, I'm not setting out and doing what it is that I said I'd do. But the beauty of this process is that the process shows us. The process shows us. The best things we can do is, one, have compassion for ourselves in the midst of the unfolding of our process, and two, listen. So for me as a community leader, as a teacher, it's important for me to listen to you all, because you all are the community. Like, you all are who it is that I'm looking to create things for. I need feedback. I need the data that lets me know what's working and what's not. If I'm not hearing back from you all, then that's on me, not you. That's on me in the messaging. That's on me in the branding. That's on me in the things that I have control over. And so as an entrepreneur, it's important for me to make sure that those things are continuously experimented against so that I can best create a space where we can grow, develop, evolve, and unfold. And so with all that said, I appreciate each and every one of the guests that have shown up to You Feel That. I appreciate each and every one of you, the listeners, who have showed up on a weekly basis to tap into what it is that we've offered here at You Feel That. And I hope that our mission continues to align with what it is that you sought to receive from this platform. To be honest, I'm a bit biased, but I think it will. I think it'll align even more. I think it will be a contribution to the growth of many, especially those who have found value in this podcast. But that's just me, I don't know. I'm very close to these ideas. And I know it probably doesn't need to be said, because I know that we are all understanding and we all know like what's required of this process of growth. But I do want to apologize for disappearing for a few weeks, like unannounced. Like, I think reflection and revisiting the original idea is necessary. And I also am big on, but keep everybody involved. Don't just disappear. Imagine if your favorite TV show that you tuned into every Tuesday came on every day for a year, and then one day it just didn't come on, and you weren't told that your show wasn't coming on today. It's just not on today. Like, I'd be pretty disappointed, right? And so, I want to apologize to those that maybe have been disappointed looking for me to show up like I had been every Tuesday. Just know that it's all in good intent. And just know that this is a reflection of our personal process. Like, this is what it looks like to subscribe to growth. And sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's not shiny. Sometimes it doesn't announce when it needs a break, when it needs to sit back and reflect. No excuses being made, but, I vow from this point on to keep you involved in the process and to keep you up to date. I think for me, I was scared. I'm scared. I didn't want to not look like I knew what I was doing. But I think, like, in entrepreneurship and creativity, I think that's an important part of the process. For those I look up to, for those that I look towards for suggestions and advice, like I like to see the human aspect of like them subscribing to their process. And I like to hear that, oh, this was wrong, they had this wrong, or they didn't know what they were doing here. Like that doesn't make me discredit them or disqualify them. That actually makes me respect them more, you know? So I vow to keep you involved in the process. As of now, the launch date for the new podcast, Grow, Develop, Evolve, is 2023 January. The first Tuesday in January will be when the first episode of this podcast drops. I look forward to seeing you all on the revamp. If you want to be kept up to date, you can head over to what was formerly the We Feel That Facebook group, which is now the Grow, Develop, Evolve Facebook group. The link will be in the bio of this podcast and in the YouTube video. Pop in there, get comfortable, pull up a chair, pull up a couch, pull up your blanket, and get ready to tap into this growth journey that we're gonna take together. And I'm super excited. And yeah, so this is kind of emotional because You Feel That has been a ride. 60 episodes has been crazy, and it's taught me a lot. And I'm ready for the next level, and I'm super excited for you all to be there too. So as always, love on each other and have compassion for your process. And I'll see you sooner than later. You don't need to do anything. All of this, the YouTube channel, the podcasting platform, all of this will transform and grow into the new branding. And I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I'm super excited. We got some great guests already lined up that we had on You Feel That that's going to transfer over to Grow, Develop, Evolve. And I'm just super excited about the potential podcast guests as well as the topics that we'll talk about. And it's just super exciting. So happy holidays. Stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you at the beginning of next year. Till next time.